Wishing a good day to the fellow audience. I am Kavana Kamath and I'm here to convince you to change your perspective from wanting to be perfect to wanting to love your imperfections. I'm here to tell you why you should stop degrading yourself when somebody points out your insecurity. I'm here to prove to you that everything you find disgusting about yourself, everything you find new that people and yourself can critique, is just all in your head. One can never know how many previous lives one has lived. One could have lived 100 lives before today, one could have lived 1,000 lives before today, or one could be living just this life today. And yet I believe that each one of us has lived multiple times on this planet. That each one of us has lived as a man and lived as a woman, has died during birth and has lived a long life, has lived in a huge house with one room full of money and has lived to beg to fill one cup of money, has become a killer and killed multiples, and has become a doctor to save multiples. And yet, we want this particular life of ours to be remembered. And yet, we want to live perfect lives with perfect faces and perfect bodies, with perfect spouses and perfect weddings, with perfect houses and perfect salaries. Thomas Alva Edison did not make a light bulb in his previous lives, but he is known today because he made one in that particular life. Tom Holland didn't become Spider-Man in his previous lives, but he is recalled today because he became Spider-Man in this one. PewDiePie, one of the first YouTube channels to hit 100 million subscribers, did not hit that milestone in his previous lives, but he did in this one. Are you willing to spend your life living up to people's dreams and expectations, or are you willing to chase what drives you? To chase your passion, your dreams that will ultimately bring you happiness, just as at the cost of not being labeled perfect. The cost of people, strangers, not being impressed with what you do with your life. Lively era, they say. The smartest generation, they say. Have we lived too much and so by criticism caused death? Or are we smart enough to double the debt of guilt and karma? Body shape, figure size, weight digits, height numbers, sexualities, pretty face, personality fit-ins. There are so many things that one could be insecure of. All because of the society's way of fitting in. All because a bunch of people woke up one day and decided to create beauty standards and tell people what was right and what was wrong. As a student myself, I would say that teasing and bullying plays a huge part of one's personality. And seeing that this particular personality of this particular person with the particular past and present they have is only one's, wasting it would be a peccable mistake. Saying that the stop in taunting and bullying would make things better is a huge understatement. It would change things universally. However, that is a hypothetical scenario, a global dream. There is truly only one option, one solution, one that is way bigger than bullies, one way bigger than anything else the world has tried, one that seems impossible and possibly is impossible, but also one open door to a better world. These plastic covers over one's mind that each one of us has encouraged causes the evil. And so in my theory, we are the evil. It was only recently until plus-size models were allowed to model without the society interfering. Only recently that people with disorders and disabilities weren't categorizing each other as normal and abnormal, rather normal and normal with challenges. Only recently that LGBTQ plus community was given importance and a month called the Pride Month to commemorate their sexualities and their courage to be themselves in front of the judgy eyes of our planet. Unfortunately, that doesn't mean that people are starting to understand and accept their mistakes. No. It just means that the way that a few selected people are open enough to accept one another, to accept the hate being thrown their way, and have enough courage to turn the hate into confidence and self-love, people envy it. We envy it. I envy it. The love and care they have for each other is like nothing anywhere. They have lenses of humanity over their nourished human-like judgy eyes, and And they not only encourage and bring smiles to one another, but they fight for each other. Whether a stranger, a friend, or even a foe, when it comes to unity, they're all up for it. And there are so many groups that have developed this kind of perspective that is just positive. And in a world where life could be given like a cent and stolen like a candy, it's important to live every ounce of it. Thoughts are like venom to the mind, but at the same time, blessing to the mind. They are the strongest weapon in the universe, and if known how to use correctly, there is absolutely nothing you cannot achieve. But when comments regarding your physical appearance and personality flaws cross your head, thoughts consume you. You overthink, which is normal, but it is safe to say that it is only normal till an extent. Because thoughts are so powerful, they can make you do things you don't want to. Suicide, for instance. It is the belief set by your brain that shames your traits and degrades your life and morals, causing you to feel alone and delirious, like living is just a phase and death is the only peace. And in the middle of global warming, a potential World War III, bushfires, deaths, rapes, natural calamities, even this god-forsaken pandemic, one shouldn't spend time caring about how the world wants to see them. One should spend time caring about how they want to see the world. And I know how hard it is. I mean, it's a world I live into. But I've understood and accepted the way to do it. And most important of all, known the grand solution to all of it. It is not caring. I mean, what could you possibly gain by becoming perfect? Fame, name, wealth, cosmetic health. And what else? The human mind is normally negative, then why not face the negative aspect of this idea? Hatred, rumors spread, challenging problems, popularity bottoms, and so much more. Of course, if you would become perfect, you would be known, you would be famous. And with other cycles along the way, the grand finale of your famous life would result in extensive security, no privacy to prevent danger. And you tell me, who will be known as perfect in the world when you are dead and buried? People might remember you as the perfect human of the planet, but that's as far as it goes. What then? What happens next? You're dead after all. What do you gain from the title of perfection you lost your happiness and worked so hard for? We have one life with the skills and the mindset that we have right now. And if we spend that one life becoming perfect nobodies, somebody else will become the imperfect ray of sunshine. Time is ticking, but time is all we have. All your insecurities about how you aren't muscular enough, or how you are so skinny or so chubby, how you aren't funny enough, how you are too shy or antisocial, how you aren't loved by everybody, it's all in your head. Even if somebody did tell you your insecurities to your face, it was your job to filter through the words and determine if it was correct. Which it isn't. I don't know you and you don't know me, but I speak for all when I say you are the only person who will stay with you throughout your life. If you hate yourself, if you hate the one person you are truly dependent on for life, then how will you find happiness? How are you trying to pray for happiness? Find somebody to fill that void that you caused within yourself. Are you doing yourself justice? You are the answer to every problem, every insecurity, every doubt you've ever had in your life. Yet you ignore it. Our society has put glasses of imperfection on our eyes, which we can never take off. Even if one says that they own their flaws, I bet they sometimes still wish for perfect everything. I mean, how many of us have wished for happiness? Isn't that the same as wishing for a perfect life? I wouldn't say own your flaws. You already own them. I would rather say show your flaws off. There's something unique, something you have and something the others don't. The flaws are the only thing that make you unique enough to be recognizable, makes it easier to differentiate you from the crowd. Would you become something or do something already known, or become and do something exceptionally different and special? Would you hide your flaws to fit in, or show off your flaws to be unique and stand out in the crowd? Would you choose to be a perfect nobody, wasting every inch of happiness you achieve to live up to the expectations, or become an imperfect ray of sunshine with a beautifully jolly smile on your face? Life is a choice, and the choice is yours. Thank you.